may remember from last year my somewhat long-standing feud with Ratatouille the TikTok musical. You know, the entity that single-handedly destroyed my life. So the Ratatouille TikTok musical ruined my life. Just watching Ratatouille the musical on TikTok. Today, we're going to be discussing that godforsaken rat musical yet again. But now, a month later, Bridgerton, the TikTok musical, is here to scoop up the broken, shattered pieces of my psyche. Because can I just say, I absolutely love it. I am 1000% here for it. I love Bridgerton, the TikTok musical. So today, that's what we're gonna be doing. We're going to be dreamcasting Bridgerton, the musical. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Kat, and I really like musicals. If you really like musicals, hit subscribe to join the musical theater internet cult. No promises, but I'm like 99% sure that that's how you become the diamond of the season. Question of the day, what are your thoughts on Bridgerton, the TikTok musical? Who would you cast? What are your thoughts on Bridgerton in general? Let me know in the comments down below. If you aren't familiar, Bridgerton is a new show on Netflix, and it's basically a Regency era Gossip Girl, complete with attractive adults playing teenagers. An anonymous gossip source spreading through town. Steamy, if occasionally horrendously questionable sexual exploits. There's one major plot point in the show where it's like, ow, why did the writers think that was okay? Because it's not. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. It recently premiered on the streaming platform to absolutely massive numbers, and it's very quickly become the next new musical trend on TikTok. Unlike the infamous Ratatouille, the project has really been spearheaded by one person, and that is Abigail Barlow. And Emily Bear. At the time of filming, I didn't realize that Abigail has a writing partner, and she does, and her name is Emily, and she's also mega talented, and I want to make sure she gets the recognition she deserves. Yay, Emily and Abigail! I've tangentially known about her for a really long time through her sister Anna Grace, who hardcore fans of The Prom will recognize as the original out-of-town pre-Broadway Alyssa Green. Now here's a disclaimer that in reality, I feel like I'm just giving myself a free pass. If you haven't Googled it like I have, because I'm incapable of just enjoying anything and I need to simultaneously fact check it, the cast of Bridgerton is all over the place age-wise. No one on this show is or looks the age that they're supposed to be playing, so if Netflix isn't gonna play by the rules, neither do I. This is my video, so I get to make up the rules, and I say that for the rules, there are no rules. So let's go ahead and dreamcast Bridgerton, the musical. Now what's funny is that we only have a handful of songs from this hypothetical Bridgerton musical, so we really don't have a whole lot of casting requirements that we need to fulfill. So like 99% of these actors I'm just casting because they just feel right. And here's a prime example of that, because when I thought about putting together this video, I had one thought pop into my head immediately. We've got to have Queen Charlotte played by none other than Amber Gray. Just imagine that. I adore Amber Gray. Hadestown, I think, was actually the last show that I saw on Broadway before the shutdown. It's absolutely undeniable. She would steal the show as Queen Charlotte. For the Duke of Hastings, as in Simon's father, not Simon the Duke of Hastings like Simon's dad, let's go ahead and get Norm Lewis up in here, mainly because he's made a career out of playing characters that give you daddy issues. Or more accurately, give Sierra Maugham's characters daddy issues. Hyacinth Bridgerton, let's go ahead and put Presley Ryan in there. Francesca Bridgerton, Mallory Bechtel from Dear Evan Hansen. I binge watched Bridgerton with my mom.
Just like me.
No!
And we could not stop laughing over where is Francesca? We just kept pitching like Family Guy-esque cutaways that like while Daphne and the Duke are dancing at the ball, Francesca is off at Trader Joe's, at Color Me Mine, at a Nordstrom's rack. Where was Francesca for the entire season? I mean, now I know. Yeah, that's just a little sneak peek into what trying to watch TV with me is like. Spoiler alert, it's miserable. I never shut up. I would love to see Lady Bridgerton played by Katie Finneran. She's a two-time Tony Award winner, absolutely hysterical, great voice, great look for the role. I'd also love to see her in this project because the moment that I finished binge watching Bridgerton, I started binge watching Bloodline, which she is in. Her husband on the show is played by Broadway's Norbert Leo Butz, who you know from Wicked, The Last 5 Years, Big Fish, Catch Me If You Can, and 20 million other things. But what's so funny about it is that I don't think I've ever seen Norbert favorite Leo Butts not in a suit or like not in a fancy outfit. And on the show, he runs like a boating company, so there's something really jarring about seeing him wearing flip-flops and snorting cocaine. Lady Featherington should be Laura Benanti. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory and we don't need to spend a lot of time on that one. Same thing, Prince Friedrich, Rob Houchin. For Sienna, I have got some thoughts. If you guys remember, spoiler alert, that's the opera singer that Anthony has an entanglement with. Here's my thing. One of my personal pet peeves as a legit soprano, I hate it when like the show within the show is like, oh, this girl is a legit soprano, and then she just starts singing like pop music and belting. This is really just a call out to The Greatest Showman. At least Barnum like made her sound like herself. Now granted, like 5 seconds before I sat down to film this video, I saw that Abigail posted a Sienna song and it is not necessarily operatic. We're gonna go ahead and pretend that I didn't see that because I would like to cast Julia Udine. I think she has such a cool, interesting, modern look for Christine that you don't see very often, and I think she would make a fantastic Sienna. Here's another thing that just absolutely makes sense. Lady Danbury has to be played by Leslie Uggams. No, I will not take any constructive criticism, that's just the way it is. Anthony Bridgerton, oh my god. Like, I understand everyone who is very like Team Simon and Daphne because I get it. I am also Team Simon. But I will say right now that Anthony Bridgerton absolutely has my heart. I have the biggest crush on him. So it's no surprise that into the role I would like to throw Damon Dono. He's so good. Oklahoma has a very special place in my heart, and I feel like Damon not only reinvented the character of Curly, but just brought so many new layers and such an interesting take on the role. I love his work in the original Hadestown album as well, so let's get him in here as Anthony Bridgerton. Benedict Bridgerton, I gotta say right now, I would love to see Antonio Cipriano. And I'll warn you right now, I'm going through a big Antonio Cipriano phase. I had purposefully stayed away from Jagged Little Pill because right before the shutdown, I was planning a trip to New York, and I wanted to be totally surprised by Jagged Little Pill and everything else that was new this season. But I recently watched the Jagged Little Pill concert, and I was absolutely floored by Antonio Cipriano. Like, he is just such a standout performer to me. Another thing I will admit, I'm kind of going through a Josh Groban phase right now, and that is, again, heavily influenced by my mom.
Just like me.
She is in love with Josh Groban.
No!
I mentioned Josh Groban because we were listening to Chess the other day. I was listening to some great comment. Danae Benton, oh my god, let's put her in everything. She is a beautiful Eliza in Hamilton. Her vocal quality has just such like a sweet Disney princess innocence. Let's get her in here as Marina. Okay, Colin Bridgerton is probably the role that I struggled with the absolute most for this video, simply because there are so many options. I could see an Isaac Powell, I could see a Nick Jonas, I could see a Tom Holland, who, Marvel fans, if you don't know, Tom Holland is an incredible musical theater performer as well. But I also have like an alternate universe where the 3 eldest Bridgerton boys are played by Aaron Tveit, Derek Klena, and Colton Ryan. Just go ahead and think about Colton Ryan as Colin Bridgerton. Are you falling in love in real time and you can feel your heart breaking audibly? Because I can. I don't care how many more research or advice videos I even make, because that was the single greatest thing I will ever say on the internet. That's it, I've peaked, and I'm very okay with it. If that's what I peak on, that's what I peak on. Eloise Bridgerton, I feel like the show is really going to hinge on her energy, her excitement, her ability to drive the narrative forward. So many more of your lighter moments, and I think real audience relatability is going to come through Eloise. If I Were a Man is probably my favorite or second favorite song, right up there with Burn For You. So I had a lot of potential Eloises in my brain, among the likes of Laura Dreyfus, Joellen Pellman from The Prom, my friend Julia. I think she would be a great Eloise. But this morning, while I was like finalizing this video, it finally hit me. We need to get Ali Stroker. Clearly, all roads lead back to Oklahoma at Circle in the Square. That's what I'm really discovering here. But can you just imagine Ali singing If I Were a Man? That is a show-stopping second Tony Award, bring down the house kind of moment. And I want to see it. Penelope Featherington, another really heartfelt character of the show, another point where I think the audience is going to be able to relate and engage with the story. Beanie Feldstein, 1000%. I love Beanie Feldstein. You guys might know her from Lady Bird or Booksmart. You may also know her from the revival of Hello Dolly or from being best friends with Ben Platt, which, can I just say, I would like to be in on that friendship. Like, I just want to go to lunch with Beanie and Ben and just kind of watch what happens because that sounds like such a good time. I want to imagine that they're eating soup and talking about Carol Channing. I don't care if that's not the case, just let my mind have it. You know, the more I learn about Beanie, the more I like her. With like every interview or podcast that I listen to, you can really see how much she just loves the art. She loves the work. It's so wonderful to see her achieving all of this success because she loves it so much. I'm a big old fan and I would love to see her as Penelope. Oh, and the sun is gone. It gets super dark in the afternoon now and it makes me sad. Help. We are down to the wire here, folks. We've got two characters left, Simon, the Duke of Hastings, and Daphne Bridgerton, the diamond of the season. These two performers are going to be the driving force of the show. They've got to have incredible vocals, incredible chemistry, and it would help if they had a little bit of star power. Because I've seen so many incredible fan castings specifically for these two characters, I wanted to challenge myself and not use anyone that I've seen mentioned before. Let's go ahead and get Jeremy Pope and Stephanie Styles. Stephanie was incredible in Kiss Me Kate. She's great on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Jeremy Pope first popped up on my radar with Choir Boys and Ain't Too Proud. I binge watched Hollywood in quarantine and oh my god, he's amazing. I think they are phenomenal. I think they would be phenomenal in these roles and I am absolutely into it. Those are my picks for Bridgerton, the TikTok musical. Who would you cast in a hypothetical production? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, this isn't sponsored or anything, but I work a lot with Skillshare and they gave me a whole bunch of free premium memberships and I still have some of those still available. So if you want to try Skillshare Premium for free, just click the link down below. I love Skillshare. There's something really fun and cool about continuing your education on your own terms. Like, it's so much more fun to learn when you don't have grades and homework and deadlines attached. So that's been a really big thing that I've been doing during quarantine, is taking classes on Skillshare. So if you want to do that, check it out. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so, so much. Break a leg and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm just a little rat with big Broadway dreams.